You kids are driving me crazy. Have you ever said that? At least under your breath to your children? I know I sure did. It seemed like all the acting out behaviors and the screaming and the crying and the whining and them not doing what I wanted them to do and doing what I didn't want them to do was indeed driving me nuts because I saw it as my job to get them to do what I wanted them to do. Now, there's a problem there. As soon as you see it as your job to get your children to do what you want them to do, you're in for turmoil. And it really wasn't until I realized that if I continued along that path, they would indeed drive me crazy. And that I had a choice. They could either drive me crazy or they could drive me to my center. I could either see their behavior as something that I needed to change, which sent out a message to them that they needed to change, which ignited their buttons and created rebellion and sent it back to me and sent us all into turmoil, or I could see their acting out behavior as pressing my buttons and me being able to allow the sensation and the emotion that arose to be dismissed and then to go deeper into my own center to decide what it is I truly wanted to experience in this moment and to send that into the moment. And usually what I wanted to experience was a sense of peace. So let me explain to you how that actually happens. My daughter had eczema when she was very young. And that created a great deal of irritation with her. And she used to wake up in the middle of the night screaming. We tried absolutely everything to get her to stop screaming and focused all our attention on getting her to stop screaming because it was extremely distressing for us and for her, but there was no way we could get her to stop screaming. And then I realized that what I needed to do was to go inside me and stop acting like it was driving me crazy and go to my center and bring some calm and peace to the situation because that's what she needed. She needed calm and peace. I'd also learned that helping your children to drain frustration was the best thing that you could do to help them to release those uncomfortable emotions that are driving that kind of behavior. So I took her on my knee and I said, breathe, Maggie, I coached myself. Just breathe. Breathe deep. You can do this. Breathe in the calm, breathe in the peace. I'm a good parent, I told myself. I'm allowing her to drain her frustrations. I'm holding her in peace and calm. I'm sending peace and calm to her. And you know, it really wasn't very long, maybe 10 minutes, that I held this screaming, chaotic child in my arms and I sent peace, love, and calm to her, that she began to calm down. And soon she was peaceful too, and back asleep. And that marked the beginning of the end of the night terrors. They became less and less frequent and shorter until they disappeared. And that lesson I carried with me into as many situations as I could. There were still situations where I lost it, there's no doubt about it. But most situations I really at least told myself, okay, there's the button. Let me feel that button. Let it rise. What do I want here? I want peace. I want love. I want cooperation. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. And I think this is what he means. If you want to see peace and cooperation with your children, then screaming at them, you kids are driving me crazy, and if you don't start doing what I want you to do right away, there's going to be big trouble, is not necessarily going to bring the change you want, because you're not being the change you want. So remember, your kids can indeed drive you crazy if you focus all your attention on changing them, or they can drive you to your center. And you can find that you can be peaceful and calm and bring what you want into every situation. One of my very favorite quotes that I have on the back of my cards is, waiting for circumstances to change so you can feel good is like looking in a mirror and waiting for your reflection to smile first. So be the change you want and know that your children will drive you crazy or to your center. It's your choice.